Okay, hi. Here's a way that I play a G. Is instead of using three fingers, I'm going to use one finger and squash it down on these three strings. So I'm flattening all three of them, and I'm pushing hard with my thumb at the back there, so that's clamping those ones. And then the second finger reaches over to pop in on that spot, and you're holding all the G shape. So instead of using three fingers, this one's taking care of the first and the third string, and this one's taking care of the second string. So there's your G. And then you'll notice it's quite easy just to drop your third finger to make the E shape. 1, 2, you've got the E shape there. Oh, sorry, E minor shape. G to E minor. I'll hold it on a different angle so you can see. G shape with those two fingers. This one's got to arch over, so that string still plays on the second fret. And then there's your G to E minor transition. It's actually not that hard at all in that shape. And then what was the song? Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. G seventh. G, E minor, C, D, G, E minor, C, D. There you go. So hopefully that'll help you out with those chords that you already know. I also like, if you don't mind changing key, I quite like playing it like this, where I'm starting with an A. Hold it so you can see in the camera. I'm starting with my A shape. And then those two fingers stay where they are, and this finger pops under and sits on that fret, on the second fret on the second string. And that's an F sharp minor. There's a different angle. So I'm playing that fret, and this fret here. And then after you've done those two chords, this next two chords, if you play a D6, you're just squashing down, doesn't matter what finger you use, whatever's convenient, but you squash down the whole second fret. And then an E6 is to go up to the fourth fret and squash down all four strings. Always look on the bright side of life. I'm just using different fingers, but all I'm doing is... And those chords actually sound quite nice with the melody. There's the A7th. But it's really easy, those two chords are just squashing all four strings in the same fret. And then there's a B7th, so that might be one that's a bit trickier, where I'm playing the second fret and then I'm adding that note there. That's the only new chord, and that does require a complete bar of the second fret and adding this note. And then back to the E6th for the final turnaround. So I quite like that because I'm really not thinking at all about these chords. They're so easy you don't even have to think about them. And the A to the F minor is actually to the F sharp minor is really easy as well. So the only tricky chord then, if you don't know it, is to find the B7th. But there's two options. But if you want to play it in the key that you originally mentioned, then that's my suggestion, is to change your fingering for the G. To play, I quite often play it with I bar this fret here. I quite often play it with my third finger, and this middle finger kind of sits on top of this finger, which actually does make it a bit easier to push down, because both those two fingers are pushing in a bit. But that means I have to switch both of them to get to the E minor. but I'm used to that. It's just a habit of mine to play my G. I play my G like that. But my suggestion is first finger, second finger, G, and then third finger, E minor. Cool. All the best.